We get a lot of satisfaction out of making the impossible happen. Colossal Media is an outdoor advertising company, but what makes it different is all of our work is hand painted. We do, nationally based advertising campaigns, so like you might see a digital board and a vinyl board, well, we'll do the painted version of it. There's many, many good portrait painters out there that work in, like sterile, controlled conditions, and they can make beautiful portraits, but, can they still make that same portrait, on the side of a crappy building in 0-degree weather with not enough time and not enough help? That's kind of like the unique situation that we're constantly working in.
It's thrilling to paint the large-scale walls on the sides of buildings, stories up in the air over the city. We'll spend an entire week on location, slowly adding to this painting, and the final product, you really see it reflected in the people that walk by, their mouth open, stare in amazement.
What we're doing at the shop is preparing for the projects that are coming up. And this is where the team assembles in the morning to get projects ready to go out into the city and go up on walls. Every single person that works here touches each job that comes into the door in some way, shape, or form.
So in the womb, they get the artwork, they decide who's going to be the painters on it. At the same time, Nicole breaks it down to show the difference in like contrast, colors, blend lines, grids it so that it can be patterned. This is kind of what the painters are working with. This is what they hold on to while they're painting. It's an awesome Rick and Morty one. Pretty hyped on that. It then gets through a process called burning. What it is a tiny machine here that sends current through a wire to the tip of a piece of graphite. Basically puts tiny little holes into pieces of butcher paper. After it gets burned, they pounce it. Creates basically your roadmap. We paint with pretty much primarily 100% oil-based enamel paints. This section of this table is the first ever table that was bought when the company started as well. So this has like 15 years of just paint being mixed on it. This is where we store the equipment we use to scale the sides of buildings. The mixing we do is all done by eye and by hand. We have a greenhouse roof so that we can see color while we're mixing in here exactly as we see it outside. Anything and everything the painters need, they have in here.
When we started the company, there were 3 of us, just me and my 2 partners, and there's more than 80 of us now. We're in a bunch of different cities across the United States, and we're painting more than 500 murals a year.
It's kind of thrilling to be high off the ground and paint. At the beginning, I guess there's kind of those butterflies you get climbing over a parapet onto the rig for the first time. It feels great to know people appreciate the walls and get to see the ads. It lets you step back and appreciate something, even in advertisement, that has that craft, has that human touch to it.
While we're just making billboards and painting signs, this also to us is kind of like our life's work.
That fan actually almost killed me one time, which is cool.